Oh, well, like the video of it had that going. Anyway.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen watching the stream. We are bringing you the grand final of this LanSmash event. We have mOOnGLaDe versus NXZ, and we are already in game, so...
Yeah, caught us by a bit of surprise there.
Yeah.
Just like instant...
Alright, here, in the bottom left of the map, we have our purple-seeking Zerg player. Can he win another tournament? He is.
mOOnGLaDe.
And in the top right, the challenger, a very powerful Zerg in his own right, we have...
Avant NXZ.
NXZ. So, both of these players warmed up with ZVZ today for sure.
Well, I don't think NXZ's played a ZVZ today.
He only played me, at least.
Oh,
ZVZ.
okay. So aside from you, he hasn't actually played a ZVZ. Then again, neither has mOOnGLaDe aside from Cynics.
That's true. But I mean, it is C. They're both probably pretty comfortable in this matchup.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, I know for a fact of mOOnGLaDe's probably feels stronger with his ZVP and his ZVT, but definitely still no slouch when it comes to the mirror matchup.
Well, either way, with the current metagame being mass meter Ling, Glade with probably definitely the best meter micro in C at the moment could be putting himself in a really good position with ZVZ.
Yeah, in Wings though he did a lot of meter play as well, so he's definitely going to be in his comfort zone.
Yeah,
with the
familiar
current
with
changes to the metagame. So we do see a 15 hatch out of mOOnGLaDe as opposed to the pull first on 15.
I think that was it. Yeah, 14 pull coming out from NXZ.
14?
Yeah.
And this is really just a respect play, I guess, out of NXZ. He is worried about some sort of pressure. mOOnGLaDe, on the other hand, just thinks that he can hold off anything with this 15 hatch 17. I'm going to say pull. Just assuming that there's no
17 pull.
No pressure on the way from NXZ, and correctly so. So this is going to progress pretty uniformly. There's no real difference between these two builds so far. Gas a little tiny bit faster for mOOnGLaDe, as well as the hatch, but obviously the pull slightly slower. So
yeah,
pretty.
True. I know people usually say that like 15 hatch versus 14 pull, it's usually a bit better. But you're getting that extra queen a lot earlier, so the lava production sort of evens out a little. Yeah,
I think that there's no real significant difference between these two builds, and both players straight away putting 3 onto gas, scouting with these overlords.
Yeah. So as we have a bit of time down here, while they two keep droning up, get their droning going.
Well, we
can talk about like what was mOOnGLaDe's part to the finals here? He played. Well, he was in Group A.
Certain, to be honest.
So he got seeded into round of 8, was it?
He won Group A.
Yeah, he won Group A, got seeded into round of 8, and played against someone before playing against Berxies.
I believe it was it Cynics and then Berxies?
Was it Cynics?
I'm feeling that it was, yes.
Yeah, Cynics against Berxies. So he had a rematch against Cynics. I think he won 2-0, so he actually has not dropped the map yet.
Relatively unsurprising though, considering his reputation. I believe he's number 2 on the ELO foreigner.
Is he not rank 2 now? Did he get dropped from rank 1?
He did fall out of rank 1, but yeah, so that's when it's surprising that he's not rank 1.
Yeah, true. Tough ask from there.
And,
yeah, even drone counts, but mOOnGLaDe following up with they're both getting their Bane nest at the same time.
Probably going to be used defensively here. But neither of them looks like they're really gearing up for any pressure. But of course, the option's always there, especially in CBZ.
Definitely.
How about I ask you, how was your day? How did you
pretty
go?
bad actually. But then considering the fact that I've only played 8 games of part of this form.
Yeah, it's not many. It's definitely low on the number of games count.
Yeah.
We do have a Evo chamber on the way for NXZ. Interestingly enough, upgraded Lings, I mean, it can prove to be a real game changer in the big ZVZ late game wars. But devoting a lot of gas early on to slow down your lair and muters isn't necessarily a good choice. I feel.
Yeah, I think what he's going to try to do is go for +1 armor, I believe, off of this, and go for a third denial while trying to get his own third up. And with that, he was talking to me about it before, about how with upgraded links, you can keep your third up against a mutering player, but you really have to keep that third up. It was, I forgot what game it was, one of the games that we were watching. It was another ZVZ where, I think it was mOOnGLaDe versus Cynics, where Cynics was not able to keep his third up. he was taking the same route that NXZ was, but he wasn't able to keep his third up, and because of that, his late mutas, he couldn't really keep up with GLADE.
Yep, the ZVZ matchup at the moment absolutely hinges on that third base. If you can get that third base up and keep it, with that extra gas, you just will beat down on your opponent greatly. And yeah, you're absolutely right. This armor puzzle is going to be used to secure his own third, which he's now taking, while being able to safely kind of deny the third of mOOnGLaDe that he is also about to take. The downside of this is you really do delay your mutas, so you have to absolutely have to make these lings work. You cannot make a mistake with them, or fail to use them very aggressively and very actively, or you're going to be very behind.
Although an option for him, I mean, it's probably something he doesn't want to do against mutas, but an option for him would be to just stay on, or just go for a more ground-based army of Infestors, Roach Hydra, and probably try to deal with GLADE's mutas at that. Like yes, he will be pulled left, right, and center, but to rely on the spores and Infestors for defense, and while constantly denying his third, which he was going to win this battle here quite convincingly.
Thanks to the thanks to the ling numbers.
But
the problem
his armor's not done yet.
The problem with that's a lot of lings. The problem with the new Infestor-based play is that with the changes to fungal growth, it's almost impossible to hit. Wow, this is sort of awkward.
Definitely.
It's impossible to hit fungals on mutas, but this is going to be interesting to see how these Baneling connections go. And he does deny all those Banelings from Morphin, but there's still a lot of Banelings coming out here for NXZ. How much damage will be done? Not much. The Queen's focus firing down those Banelings perfectly, and I don't think he's going to lose any, maybe only one or two drones here.
By the looks of it, GLADE holds this perfectly, absolutely perfectly.
Only losing one worker in that whole pressure, and the mutas are now out on the map. But there are still lings here, so
24 lings on the way, and they can clear out this entire... No, they won't be able to clear out this natural.
And so those drones are all really softened up, so I was thinking maybe a few lings could do a lot of damage.
Though they're softened up, they're still alive. Like, drone count, they're pretty much even, but...
The tech advantage certainly goes towards mOOnGLaDe. But there's a lot of lings still out on the map here for NXZ. He can really easily deny this third base, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But there are still some lings and banelings in mOOnGLaDe.
Yeah, but not enough to save this third base, in my opinion. And but he's pulling his mutas back, but this third base is about to go down, and I think after that, NXZ's just going to run away.
Run home.
And
keep his own third base now up and safe with spores.
Exactly.
That could have gone better.
Huge being hit there.
Really nice. It does sort of even up the army count, but mOOnGLaDe is definitely behind right now in this game, I feel. His third, absolutely, dead and gone. He can't safely take that at all. And now he has to try and make something happen with these mutas desperately.
Yeah. NXZ, well, with that small ling attack and denying the third, NXZ takes a drone lead of 9 drones, and with that third base as well. And he's going for that infested attack, so he's just going to sit back. But that being said, GLADE does not have enough mutas to take on these 2 spores.
Absolutely not, and I'm assuming there's 2 spores at every base, or at least 1. And that is really going to hinder his ability to really do any work with these, and really negate the one advantage that mOOnGLaDe has, unless NXZ can't clear this out. I mean, denying this gas is still really powerful, especially with the infested tech on the way for NXZ. It's going to sort of slow that down, limit the numbers. But very, very soon, we're going to see maybe 8 or so infestors on the production tab for NXZ. And while it's very, very difficult to learn the fungal now, it's far from impossible.
Oh no. That being said, GLADE has transitioned straight back into roaches, so he's not going to try to commit to this muta attacks anymore. But we're going to be seeing, with 8 infestors against the roaches. Yes, NXZ's roaches are a little bit later, and they're going to have attack deficit of 1. But they're still going to do a lot of... NXZ with the infestors are still going to do a lot of damage.
NXZ actually taking a big supply lead right now, and still, I think, being ahead in the worker count. Distinctly taking the lead in this game, I guess.
Oh, exactly. Not counting the fact that he's had that third base up, and NXZ once again is going to cancel the third.
And mOOnGLaDe has to be frustrated right now, because losing that third again, he must be really feeling helpless, to be honest, at this point in time.
And he's going for a run by into the main. Probably has the option to snipe the queen and a few more workers.
Exactly, and I mean, while the supply counts are quite even, it doesn't really do justice. The lead, army-wise, and really very much so economy-wise, is in the favor of NXZ.
Yeah, exactly. Even with Glade producing massive amounts of roaches, NXZ's roaches are on the way. So this upgrade advantage that NXZ, that mOOnGLaDe currently has with his roaches, investors basically nullify that.
Exactly, and there are a lot of investors out here. S8.
Just building up energy. Glade has not been able to do anything with these meters, so with the upgraded Ling play and into a huge Ling Bane attack has really paid dividends for NXZ.
Absolutely, and Hydra's now on the production tab for NXZ, so he's really going for a very Wings of Liberty-esque Roach Hydra Infestor composition. And mOOnGLaDe just behind, and I mean, he's also going for this big sort of Roach play. And when you're behind in a game and you're trying to make the same units as your opponent,
yeah, it's not going to go well with you.
It's not going to happen at all.
But if he's able to get this Evo Chamber, he's going to be denying NXZ any upgrades for his Roaches. So he's going to be it's going to be 2-0 Roaches versus 0-0 or 0-1 Roaches.
0-1 oh yeah, until that, not very true. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be big if he can get this. Spore Crawler does burrow forward, and I think, yeah, he can just sort of micro around that. And with some Jade on micro, if he stacks them up, does get it.
Gets it.
Big play. He does deny that upgrade.
Wait, what's the upgrade tab button? Oh, I don't know.
There is an upgrade tab. It would be
G
for upgrades.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, so he's going to be 2-0 versus 0-1. And, I mean, I don't know if that's going to completely even out this big disparity that will be caused by some good fungals. But I mean, there have got to be a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of roaches on the field for mOOnGLaDe.
Oh, definitely. Not only that, but there's also the fact that NXZ has a sprinkle of Hydralisk, and they just add so much DPS behind that.
Absolutely, they do massive damage. I mean, the damage output of NXZ's army should still far outweigh that of mOOnGLaDe's, despite the upgrade difference.
Yeah, with Fungos and Hydralisk.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to really come down to the engagement, I think. I mean, a very good concave for mOOnGLaDe, and the army composition won't make too much of a difference here. And that is an incredible pre-made concave here for mOOnGLaDe. And the engagement happens, some really nice fungals all over the roaches of mOOnGLaDe, nice, but these upgrades are sort of paying off for themselves. Both players dropping in supply really, really quickly. Soon the roaches will all be dead for, well, both players, I guess, leaving the Hydras to clean up the rest of mOOnGLaDe's forces.
Exactly, but the Hydras were just way too much. With the Fungos, the roaches weren't able to close in, and Hydras could just pick off at them from afar. But those 3 Overlords, well, he's not going to get supply bot from that, but it's still a little bit annoying.
It's more money he has to spend, and he's absolutely going to lose this third. He can't defend this base, and I think 50 supply down, mOOnGLaDe has to GG out.
GG, NXZ takes game 1 versus mOOnGLaDe.
Do we know, is this a best of 3 or a best of 5? It's a best of 3.
I believe it's 6 o'clock. I believe they're going for a best of 3.
Best of 3? Yeah. Can we get, at some point. Anyway, either way, that puts mOOnGLaDe in definitely a tricky situation here. I'm sure he's not used to being down in these best of 3s. That's his first map loss of the day.
First map loss of the day, yeah, indeed.
That's good, putting some pressure on him. NXZ showing some really good skill in the matchup.
Exactly, Glade's just been chewing through people coming up to this.
Exactly. It makes me feel a little bit better about being beaten by NXZ in this matchup.
Yeah, true.
And mOOnGLaDe starting straight away, he does not want to wait at all. He wants to jump straight into this next game, try and even up the score 1-1.
Yep.
The map will be Belshir Vestige. I'm sort of surprised. I didn't think people were too comfortable yet with this map compared to some of the maps in the map pool.
I'm going to say in ZVZ, it's a Muta map.
Absolutely. Well, I think in ZVZ, every map's a Muta map at the moment.
Yeah.
Alrighty. In the top left of the map, we have our purple Zerg getting a little bit outclassed, awkwardly enough, in game 1. He is Team NVIDIA's
mOOnGLaDe.
And in the bottom right, showing some sick ZVZ skill, we have our teal Zerg.
Avant NXZ.
And really that is the question, like can he secure a win, a best of 3 victory over the Sea King, the infamous mOOnGLaDe, and sort of surprise everyone. I mean, this I feel
mOOnGLaDe favorite. I mean, like
NXZ's definitely a very strong Zerg, and I still feel like if he takes out mOOnGLaDe 2-0 or even 2-1, it's quite an upset, I think.
Yeah. With ACL coming up next week.
Yeah, with ACL in 1